Oh, I gotta put primer on. Primer. Okay, let me find some primer. So, anyway, I got my eyelashes on already because they're a pain to put on here. It's different with just liquid makeup, you know. I'm gonna find the primer. There it is, priming. No, you can't come on here. My cat's like walking by. Ooh. Here we go. All right. And I got the primer on. I got this. So yeah, I had an unusual day yesterday. You know, I was just like, uh, I had gotten up and I felt like not that great, you know, and I had low sugar. So when I get low sugar, I don't have time to cook and stuff. So I ordered some pizza. And then when I got it, I I couldn't really eat it. But today I woke up and I was like hungry. So that was a different take on things. Yeah. So that's what happened. It's kind of shiny. So I gotta get it not so shiny. Oh crud. Oh, there it is. All right. So yeah, I got a text from some lady. Didn't say much, just acted like she was texting me and was texting another person. And I'm like, I'm not into women, you know. And I, stated how I felt. And she then asked my age. And just like, you're like, yes, I'm not dating anyone. I'm not dating, especially women. I'm not into that. So I'm like, okay, she's not quite getting it, so I'm going, oh, well. So I just blocked her, you know. Yep, I blocked her because I'm going to be very blatant and honest. I blocked her because it just seemed like, it seemed creepy. And I'm not into women, so I'm like, it's a no-brainer. Well, hey, have a good one. She got real mad after what I said because she tried to hurt my feelings in a way of like asking my age. And I have no problem. There you go. There we go. Well. I'll use the plump. Kind of gives a little sheen because this stuff's real matted. And gives it a little a little sheen to it, you know. Oh, hi, how are you? I'm putting on my makeup and we're talking about some weird things that's happened to me lately, but mainly it's like weird, like it can't be explained. But we were wanting to talk about Tyrrhenia, a place that it was huge and it disappeared over 200 years ago. About, I would say that by the 19th century, majority was gone. They literally just erased. My grandmother used to talk about Turindia when I was young. She said that our people on my dad's side started from there. At least that's what I was told. And I'm like, wow. You know, my grandma used to joke about, about certain things, and that was one of the things. What happened was a long time ago, there was a really bad snowstorm. My grandmother had flown from California to take care of my brother and me because my dad could not find a babysitter in a short time. So he had to go to England. My grandma came over to Michigan and she told me an amazing story. She said, the only reason why that Terrania is not there is because of greed, because they had free energy. They had a lot of stuff that they have now, but better. And I'm like listening to the stories. My brother freaking fell asleep, and I'm like, I almost felt like like a listener on Art Bell. Tell me more, Grandma. I want to hear more. What about this? They had cars that worked on electricity. The electricity, because the way certain buildings were built, were able to get it, and they had these tall, like, not pyramids, but I would say like every so often you see them where it looks like, somebody has taken, and a lot of the workmanship was very beautiful, and they used to build these long huge things that look not like obelisks, but they were big, and I think that they had something to do with collecting the energy. And they had free energy. Because they had free energy, I guess my people just didn't make it that good, Because my grandmother ended up telling the story, and I ended up listening to it. And, a lot of my family members seem to be smarter than the average person. And that's just the way it goes. That's what I was told as a kid, that this places where our family came from, and then they went to Poland and Russia. Yeah. So does anyone have any stories? Or you can go and chat down here, and we would be happy to hear from you. Where are you from? And don't forget to put a thumbs up and share. This is Omega Forever Pahrump. Right now, we are going to be talking about Trinia. And if you have any ideas or you want to put something through to that, I am ready to listen, because it's an amazing thing. My grandma said that they had electrical bicycles, electric cars, that they had things that now with cell phones and stuff, they had those. That's why they popped up. They're not time travelers. They already had it. They were probably calling Torinia while they were, yeah, doing some filming. Be surprised. A lot of my joke is, yeah, well, if you have family that is real smart and they can give out free energy, they'll be dead. Just like the guy who had the car without gas, with water, dead. Yeah. You want to die quick, and you can't. Say you found out you got cancer. All you have to do is say, hey, my car runs on water. Boom, you're dead. Yeah. So here I'm thinking, wow, that's really neat. My grandma and I just would talk about the adventures and all these things. And I'm like thinking, it's kind of sucks when you got greedy people who, well, let's just take care of all those people over there. Yeah, they got free energy. We better fuck them up, man. We better just take that away because we're not going to be able to buy that nice house. And Jerry, you like all those nice hookers, man. Those are high priced. So because of greed, Trinia is no longer a place. It used to be what my grandma said was quite beautiful and it had, modernism. And then it also had, guess what? It had giants in there. They worked right beside them. But no, I bet you three-eye Atlas is flying around. Where the hell's Tyrannia, man? Them fuckers got rid of it? God dang. They're all sitting there, man. It's because almighty dollar, greed, greed, greed. Can't have free. Jeez. Like I said, they have to buy their hookers with something. They gotta, buy their alcohol and all their vices. But they could have given out free energy and we could have grown as an earth and made it a beautiful thing, you know? So, yeah. I don't know if my grandma was just joking, but I heard the same thing. So, guess what? I did a DNA test. And the DNA test said, yeah, the time that my family and it figured it out, it's so fucking big. The reason why I have Russian family members is because they were also near Tyrannia, and I got Chinese because they were near Tyrannia. Jesus Christ, I even have Greek. I was like, holy cow, and black. And I'm like, oh, not a whole lot. You got to understand, it was over 3,000 years ago. So you just got a little bit. So it did make sense in a lot of cases that my family was there because of the DNA testing showing that. I'm like, wow, that makes sense. I also have Swedish. But these are stories my grandma had told me about Tyrannia. She said that's where my great grandmother, the same name that I have, if you know me in real life, and that is, you know, from a place where there are no doctors. There are women practitioners like my great grandmother, and she would, you know, figure out what you were sick or, like, help you give birth. She was the person that also helped you heal, so she would clean your house and do all kinds of other stuff. She was considered one of the hardest working and loving people. And my great grandfather was shunned by my family because he killed my great grandmother. He pushed her down the stairs while she was carrying a hot pot of boiling blood. And I can't make that up. It was called borscht. Sure, yeah, Swedes are a bunch of vampires. So, my great grandmother that I'm named after was killed by my great grandfather, and he was because he was not really put into prison, didn't do no time. He just pretty much, the family shunned him. It's because he had a good job. and he had money. I mean, it was back then, it was a whole different thing. My cat, my cat's hilarious. So anyway, when you're thinking of a place, and I'm thinking of what my grandmother used to talk about, she says, well, Steph, maybe they did have, you know, witches' brooms, but they maybe were mechanical. And maybe, it was more or less not a broom, but it could have been something that looked like it, and they thought it was a broom. So she would always call it the mechanical broom, but it looked like, she said, a certain contraption. I thought that she maybe found a book on it, but she used to talk about that, and recently they've been talking about it. So how much you want to bet the three-eye atlas is going? God, what happened to Tyrannia? Man, I know we had that. We left it here. What the hell? And then they're realizing all the ports where they used to probably charge their ships or whatever weren't there and weren't working. Oh, I bet you they're just figuring out all kinds of stuff that's that is not there no more because of greed. It slows the development. I really feel that way. Yeah. So imagine if they would kept Tyrannia, if it would have still been in operation. What do you think would be, you know? Do you think that we would have the things that we have now? And then I heard Trump was here. Let me. Trump was saying about there's just the last thing about. Here's me. The last Christmas. Well, if they're going to if they're going to show, you know, for a reason why we shouldn't celebrate Christmas in some certain sense. That looks good. There we go. Yeah, today's Sunday fun day. Here we go. This is what I think McDonald's should. Okay, you order fries, but get this. What do you do? All right? Me? I'm like, hey, I need another set of fries. That's what you do. You order another like 6 sets of fries, and you're like, God damn, I hope it's more weed. Yeah. Thank you. Oh yeah. Woo. Let's go. No, we're set. No, we'll go over to Hardee's. Fuck that. Oh God. You go to McDonald's and you go, God, I'll just have the fries. I'll get a large fry. That's it. Be in my stomach for the next month or two. So then you go and you order that and you go, fuck, maybe I'll order 2 large fries. And the guy says, really? So you go order two and then you look up, I'm ready to go. Bye. Oh God. I used to go to a fast food restaurant near my house, and I heard that you could buy weed from there. And I'm like, really? Okay. You can buy weed from there? And sure as shit, I heard the price. I'm like, God, that's not bad. Hmm. And they pull up, get their stuff, and I'm like, looking. My son's like, what are you doing, Mom? Nothing. Same. He got his bag separate. They were smart. And my son's like, and I put it off to the side because I knew what I was going to be getting. Okay. So I go home and my son goes out and he leaves and I throw the shit in my purse and then I leave. You know, I never, oh, it was rallies. That's where it was. I used to go to rallies and I seen someone buy some weed and then I did the same thing. I said, I got some extra, I got enough for that. So I told the guy, um, the same. And he goes, oh, you gave me too much. I gave extra. So I'm thinking, 2, 3 nugs. Oh, no, 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 no. I came home. I felt like that, like 2 of these. And I'm like, filled, like real good. And I'm like, damn. I never showed them to my ex because he didn't know I smoked. I did, I did not. I did not want to. There were days that I wouldn't touch it, and it'd be stuck in the mason jar, and I would have to like, hopefully, thinking, "Oh God," because after a while it gets old, and you gotta like burp it and all that. Ugh. I didn't know that first until a friend of mine said, "What is this? You put it in there because it'll get old, and then you're going to be stuck with crap weed." So sure enough, I put it in there, and it was fine, but the other bottom of the other thing, because it was just like a little bit, I was thinking it wasn't too bad. Oh, it got skunky real. Oh, yeah. So, gotta put one of those packets in there. So, what would you do if you order fries and you get something that you enjoy? So, it doesn't necessarily have to be weed because some people don't like weed. It could be a dessert that's not going to cost calories. It could be, and it's natural, it's not going to go in your body, livers, and all that crap. A lot of the diet stuff is very, not really good for you. It's just is what it is. There we go. So, my main thing that I always say is this, this is Sunday. If you want to talk about UFOs or whatever, but my grandmother used to talk about a place where you can get and she called it a broomstick, but in reality it was like it looked like something that you ride, and it's like a stick, she said, and it had propellers and stuff, and you would fly up, and a lot of people would call them witches sticks. So she said that, well, your mom, she lived there too. Really, Grandma? Wow, my mom's old. Yeah, she is. She's a witch. So I go, oh, Grandma, am I a witch? She goes, it doesn't matter. You're a good witch. I go, really? She goes, yeah. She goes, what's my mom? Oh, we all know what she is. Grandma, you said she was, and I repeated what I had said or heard. Yeah, she is. Really? Wow. My grandmother did not like my mother. She just told it the way it was. When I became 18, she says, I am not crazy about you. I am not crazy of who you are, but because it is to help Omega, aka my real name, and it's to help me, you know. But my mom, her help was always like my grandma said, sporadic and what was it she said? Her help was like her working sporadic and when she felt like it. When she worked though, after she got out of she got out of prison because she decided to well, let's just be honest. She said she had 6 kids when she only had 2. We could have borrowed, like, you know, my brother and I could have both borrowed 2 friends, you know, shit. We'll be right back. Go out the window, bring, wow, where'd all the, oh, okay, you know. And you're bringing in wigs, you know. Jose's wearing your mom's red wig. He walks in, ole. Yeah, I really did have a friend named Jose, so yeah. I could have borrowed one of my, god dang, my mom was so, well, anyway, she did 12 years, and in those 12 years, because it's a federal prison, yeah, they usually don't give you, you know, time off for good. I think they might give you a year or something. I don't know. All I know is my mom says that ever since she got out, all she did was want to work, and that's all she did when she was scamming that too. But that's a whole different story about stealing people's identity. Yep, and it's been done before. Now the new identity theft is what they call, they do it through the air. If you are open, and they can get your information, they can clone your phone, and before you know it, some people are like finding out what your private life is like, and that's really no one's business, not even me. I gotta trust the person I'm with, you know, or you know. So hey, don't forget oh good, put a thumbs up and stuff. But yeah, you know, come on, chat here, you know, and tell me where you're from and how you're spending your New Year's, you know. Is it doing pretty good? I'm just getting cut up. Yep. So anyway, what happened was I I had to pick up some cat food. My cat was looking at me and I'm like, I gotta go. Walmart cat food's like 35 bucks. Yeah, $36. Oh crap. 36 bucks. And I'm like, okay, get that. Good Lord. You're lucky I love you. So yeah. It's amazing when you think about places that no longer are there. Like the Hanging Basket City, the city that's supposed to be pretty much just looks like the luscious hanging baskets of luscious trees and fruit trees and all this stuff. It's not here no more. It's gone. It disappeared. I don't know if it's Tarnia or, but yeah, my grandma used to talk about a place that bordered a lot of where my ancestors went to. But she always said that it was, you know, like a futuristic place, free energy. She goes, greed stuff. I go, oh boy, here we go. All right, Omega, greed. Yeah, my mom. That's exactly right. Yeah, she named her. And that was one of the best namings. It is what it is. My mom was greedy. And that greed being the stupidity of having 6 children and only 2. You know what I'm talking about. The stupid greed. Yeah. And that's what my grandma said that it was. That eventually, you know, caused the downfall, their own. So, yeah. I'm wondering if the 3-eye atlas isn't going wrong. Oh, I wonder where. Wow, they're gone. Wow, they leveled them fuckers, huh? Ooh, they leveled the Tarnias. Oh boy. All right, well, we keep going around here. Let me give the home bird a call. Doot, 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 doot. Hi, Alien One over at what the Earthlings call the 3-eye atlas. Yeah, well, Tarnia, oh, it's gone. Well, I don't know what they want to do, but that shit is gone. Do, 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 do. Oh, I told you. I'm not even surprised. Oh, come on. They got to pay for their hookers some way, huh? I mean, it looks like they got rid of them. I mean, we all know there's remnants of everything, but come on. Now we can't even land because we won't be able to have, Jesus. It was so easy. You'd land there and you would be all charged up, and then it's like, they take all our fun shit away, and when we come to visit, it's like they get all greedy and they just want to suck everything dry from the. Oh, well, anyway, I'll just go tell the supervisor. Can you imagine that? Here it is, 3-eye atlas is going around going, whoa, they got rid of them because they had a really big chunk of land. I mean, it was like, okay, yeah. And I'm wondering, they have pictures of people who are like 10 feet tall, 15 feet, you know, working. You could see them walking like old moving pictures where it looks like they're walking back and forth. And I'm thinking, how in the hell they kill them off? My grandma said that they used their own weapons against them. And I never was explained what weapon was that? She never got that far. Finally, when she got as far as what happened to them, their own weapons killed them, maybe she didn't know. So, what weapon was it that killed, these people that disappeared? They just. Yep, they were near everybody. Big beach and bunches of land. So. Oh, and my cat is just I am so glad right now that I'm over here and you don't have to see a cat or a dog behind me. There's bunches of weed. So you're in a drive-through, you're at, it looks like McDonald's, and you get this instead. What do you do? Fuck, order more. That's what you do. What do? You order more of the same shit that you got. And then when you do get french fries, hey, I want the green ones. It'd be funny if it was 420. You're driving through the drive-through. Rallies used to do that. They put it in the rally things. I quit buying it after a while because I knew it was getting hot. And I'm like, I'm going, Mom, why are we going to the different rallies? Oh, hon, I think that they've been selling stuff there. And I don't think they're going to be doing business. They shut them down for like 2 months, opened up again. That one must have been clean because they would have people in there working, but they couldn't serve food and they'd be cleaning and stuff and getting things ready to go. They had a lot of stuff, yeah. It wasn't 2 months, it was like 2 weeks. Yeah. You open up again. The last time I drove by the rallies in my old neighborhood when my son was little, the library was open. They closed the library. Hey.
Yeah.
Hey, honey.
Oh, I did wash this thing of yours that smells like cat pee, but the thing is, it still smells microscopic like cat pee.
Oh, put it back in there and I'll wash it again. I gotta spray some anti stuff on it.
Why don't you spray some stuff on it now or do something with this?
Oh, God, don't put it back in my room. The cat will wee-wee on it. Yeah, I'm talking about you, piss boy. Oh, I'm going to cut your balls. And you know what I'm going to tell him? I want them furry suckers. I want to wear one in each ear. What do you think about that? Yeah, that's right. Don't give me that look. You know, I want to wear your balls. That's right. I'm going to ask them. So, is there a way I can wear my. Yeah, so I can wear your balls. And if I can't wait. I got to steam clean half this thing because it smells like Whiz-O-Matic. Right now, all you could smell is pine because I couldn't find any of it on Christmas. I know that. See, I should know better. Around this time, I should just stock up on it in like, I say October. You could find it. September. Get it in September. Yeah. Because then you can have that smell and it just want you just want to decorate Christmas even though I put my shit away. It just gives you that kind of Christmas feeling, you know. It's my Yankee candle. It's not that expensive either. It smells freaking good, man. Smells manly. Well, it doesn't smell perfumey and stuff. It just smells like if you close your eyes, you can really feel like you're in the forest. Or, you could pretend you're in a special forest. Smells like pine, but it's weed. It's a special pine weed. Yeah? Do you like weed? You do? Dang, cat burps too. Oh, here. I put my legs down. It doesn't look like. So anyway, Tarnia. Yeah. They have different names, but yeah, I'm sure in another universe it's there, but boy, is they one sitting there going, Where the hell? They're going around because they're trying to find the landing place in Tarnia. He's gone. Boy, I bet you they're like, well, what are we going to tell the bosses? I don't know. Well, we can't land. And the place they said is no longer there. Now it's supposed to be there a while. Didn't you leave your cousin Lenny down there? Yeah, he really fell in love with some lady, but god dang, there's nothing down there. Look at a whole lot of. Imagine that. They were great builders too. And what's funny is my grandfather, he worked for Colton Cement. He built a lot of stuff out there, including his cooking area. He built his own barbecue. Oh yeah, it was big. I always thought everybody had big ass. We had a huge family, okay, and the barbecue just itself was. Oh, I'm guessing 2 feet. 2 feet's this about 4. Because man, my grandfather had his one birthday. They ordered directly from the meat thing, and they came to our door pretty much. Yeah. So here it is. What do you think? Do you think there was something my grandma just made it up? Because mind you, when I was told this story, there was no internet. When I was told this story, it was, God, it was the 70s still. I was a young kid. It was 1979. It was a really bad snowstorm. There was, we were literally huddled up in one room, keeping ourselves warm. We had borrowed heaters from neighbors and at that time, my great uncle and Uncle Unhappy. Yeah, he wasn't real happy. No, he was an asshole. Later, he became Uncle Asshole. Yeah, and Devin would go, "Who's Uncle Asshole?" The one that's still living now. Oh, yeah, he's still living. He's Uncle Asshole. He's so mean and ashy. So, yeah. Do you think that it's a real thing? Or that the maps that I now have found out recently, this is like new to me. I'm like, wow, my grandma really had said something. And free energy, oh yeah, greed, yeah, it usually kills. So what do you think? Do you think Three Eye Atlas is looking for Tarnia and they're going, oh fuck, there's nowhere to land? Or they're just circling around and they're going to leave any day now? So what do you think? So yeah, we have here, this is you're driving at McDonald's and you order fries and this is what you get. Man, I'd be like, I need 2 more of these fries. I've been like, you better give me 2 more. I'm waiting for 2 more. So speaking of fries, let's Light it up. Thank you. I'm glad you think it's professional. I am aiming for more people to be monetized, and I'll tell you this. I'll do something for my employer and my coworkers. I'll do something for them with the first monetized check. So it is monetized payment because it'll be electronic. Well, that's the thing. On my laptop, I can't do this. It doesn't have that option for me to use the screen, but on my phone, I can. So I have to give up one or the other, you know. I need to update my computer anyway. But I got a lot more done than you see. Last week I started off with clean clothes anyway because of the new year and all that. So this week I really needed to use the laundry because good lord, I had like 2 weeks worth of laundry. Yeah. So I am so happy that everyone that you like my background. I do too. And the question is, order fries, but get this, what do you do? Order more fries like this. Yes. We want more of those green, wonderful green fries. That's where it wouldn't be the hamburglar, it would be the fry burglar. So yeah. And do you think that there could be that? Because I see now, back then when I was a kid, there was no internet for my grandma to go look up. I thought she was just bullshitting me and it was a BS story. So for years, I said, yeah, grandma used to make up these stories about this, that, and suddenly I'm hearing, well, my uncle would say the same thing, and this I'm like, okay, so he heard it from grandma, right? And he goes, yeah. So you started to find out, or I did, that a lot of people in my childhood, used to be told the same story. But a lot of us thought, oh, come on, it's a made up name, come on, you know. And that's what, at that time, I thought, wow, this is just I'm looking at the TV. Oh, so I recently found out, hey, this is something I think, yeah, my grandma used to talk about this. And, it was magical. I guess you can say that would be comparative to a Harry Potter place. Like, hey, go to this place over here. There are not only, people that are your size, but there are giants living in there. Oh, okay. So yeah, I said to, my my dad, he goes, "Yeah, there was a place like that." He goes, "I'm sure. And then he had an encyclopedia and he said right around where it was at. And I'm like, they showed this map. I was watching it early in the morning. It was showing the same one that I was shown as a young teenager. And I'm like, wow, this is pretty cool. But I thought because it didn't show the name or anything that my dad was just going on with the thing my grandma said. And yeah, I did DNA testing and found out, wow, 3,000 years ago, my family, it was really going strong then because that's where my family was. Because of having, Russian, Chinese, Polish. And as you see in Poland, there's a lot of things built there, so I don't know. That is what it is. So hopefully you, uh, Greg, Greg Peterson. Well, Greg Peterson, I hope you have a wonderful rest of the Sunday. I'll probably be going to bed soon. I'll be hanging out with my cat, who's making himself busy. He's tussling it with the sheet. Well, not sheets. His girlfriend. Because I washed my other stuff. Oh God, yeah, I had to. Yeah. Mr. Excitement. I don't have it propped up. It's just, the way my feet, I just pull them up. Smoke some more weed. A lot of Polskis. Could you imagine if they were like, you know, aliens were looking for Tarnia and it's been annihilated? That'd be over 200 years now. I should have gotten a map of it. It's on line. Got a picture of it. So yeah, I received I guess it would be like, I don't know who it was, but this woman texted me and said that they, that, not they, but introduced herself, gave her, name and age, and I gave my name, not my age, and stated that I wasn't into women who I was into, and then she sent a thing saying her age, and like I gave a rat's ass. I was like, it's time to block. Ugh. Well, I'm going to let you guys go. I will see you guys Wednesday because I take Monday and Tuesday off so I could get some stuff done. All right. You take care now. All right.